Talk it out, show, talk it out. Talk it out, show, talk it out, show. Talk it out, talk it out.
What should the answer be?
Oh, well, I didn't know it was doing that kind of. I feel like I'm watching what my kids play. A, B, or C.
A, B, or C. So what should the answer be?
Well, I personally, the answer for me is no.
Great answer, Joe.
There is room for everyone, I always say.
And everybody's going to do it their way.
Exactly, because their own style, they're going to do their own thing.
Because Joanne is Joanne. Mm-hmm. And I can never be Joanne. As much as I want to try or do it, I will never be able to be Joanne. Mm-hmm. So Joanne does it her way. Mm-hmm. She's not worried about me and my floral bouquets because she knows she has a dynamite career.
That's not necessarily true, though. So, because I will say this. Mm-hmm. Even though I say that, and that is how it's supposed, I feel like it's supposed to be, because there is room for everyone, and exactly what she's saying, yes, that is true. But a lot of times in those scenarios, because a lot of times, like I even say with you, even though, like say for instance, we do our businesses, right, and we all, me, you, and Ciroc, we do the same things, but it's all unique. You see how different ours is. Mm-hmm. When I look at yours, I always think yours is better. But then you be like, no, yours is yours, da-da-da. And yeah, it's two totally, the recipes are different and the types are different or whatever. And I know mine works, yeah. But when I look at your packaging or things like that, the aesthetics of things, then I always look at yours as it is better.
But my thing is, that's the wrong way to think.
I know.
But I'm just saying.
I want people to see this because that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, my purpose is to get you to understand it doesn't matter if one looks better to the other or one is better to whatever, because you can get 20 people there and you can sell the same amount. People are going to like what they like when they like it. Mm. You know what I mean?
Or people are going to need what they need as well.
Or not. Yeah, some people will go with the needs and some people are going to go with their likes. Yeah. Some people go with their vision.
Yes.
It's however you position
Visual
it. But it's not the point to get mad at Joanne. Should not get mad at me for doing the candle floral shop. And if somebody else decides to take my idea and make it theirs, should not get mad at them for doing their thing. Now, if I could...
Unfortunately, it doesn't have to work.
But it should. And the reason I'm trying to tell you this is my thing, and this is a very key component in a business.
Component?
Okay. In the business is your vision is your vision. Mm. So however you're doing your business, it has to be your vision. Mm. So even though I got this grand idea from Joanne, and then say Alize got this grand idea from me, we all three gonna have our own vision.
Yeah.
We're all three gonna be different creative. Should I be mad? No. Will I be mad if she's making more money than me? Probably so. But we shouldn't. What you should do is go, how can I top what Lydia does? How can Joanne top what Joanne does? How can Alize top us two or the next person? That is where your mindset should be. It should never be, I'm mad they stole my idea and they're doing it better than me. Because nobody can do you better than you. That's the whole point. Mm-hmm. So if you just decide to do a candle bouquet and you decide not to really jazz it up any more than what you do, and you like the way you do it, then you shouldn't go over here looking at Lydia's or looking at Alize's and having an issue with it when it's you that need to upgrade
up your game.
Yeah, because you just got to do you. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that, and the reason I'm very adamant about that, is because I was teaching a lesson that you should always think of how to better your product to make it more easy and mobile. And I was teaching, matter of fact, I was teaching my nephew, her son, my nephew, her son, that there's always things to do. So like she said, we all three got the same thing. We do teas. So, Ciroc does these little packages. So he has a little tiny baby boxes. And then I got us some sample tea packets for us to pass out free teas. So people can taste our stuff and then they can order it. So Ciroc used his, and it's so freaking cute. Even the little face he got on it, it's so freaking cute. So I'm sitting up there because I'm not doing anything. I'm looking at all of our teas, and I go, you know what you should do? And he's like, what? And I said, this is what you should do. You should really make a bigger box tea. I like the box and do the box. I like how you decorate your box. You should really do a bigger box tea. I was thinking about that, Auntie, but I was thinking about doing like the bags like you got. I said, no, be in there, do something different. I said, you really got something with the box. It's just that you got these baby boxes. Do a bigger box where you can, and then you can sell them at a bigger price and make more money.
Yeah.
And then I say, ooh, do a variety tea box. I said, that would be cool. So he's sitting there like, yeah. So he couldn't figure it out. And I was like, Ciroc, I got this wonderful idea. And he was like, what? You know, I sampled tea bags. Yeah.
Put it in there.
Put them in the box. And then you can sample and they can separate each tea. And every time they open, they just open a tea bag and they're good. He was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I said, yeah, and then you can charge $10 or $15 for it, depending on how big the box is, and you know, you decorate your box, and you got really good ideas for your logos. I really like them. So I think, you know, doing that. He's like, how do you come up with it? I said, because my mind never stops, and I could give tons of ideas, but like for you and Alize, y'all have to listen to me. Nobody else has to listen to me, so I'ma always shun my ideas onto you guys until you're adults. Then I'll probably stop, because then you probably won't listen to me. But I'm always shun my ideas on you guys because that's what I do. I don't sit and stay dormant. And I think that's where a lot of people, where they get their jealousy starting, is because they think what they got is the best product. So, oh, this is it. This is the best product. I like it the way it is. And you gotta always think differently. Like my daughter, just singer, she makes some awesome body butter. But we noticed when the body butter's in the sun, what did it do? It melted, right? And so I was like, why is your body butter melting in theirs and not? And she said, oh, because they use shea butter. Shea butter is really hard. And I said, oh. I said, okay. And, you know, she was getting a little discouraged. But, you know, Lydia, she's a thinker. And I said, well, you know what I think it should be called instead of just plain old body butter? And she was like, what? Melt away body butter. Because when you really put it in your hand and you rub it, it melts and the oil's there. And then it stretches, and so you can really put it all over your body. And it's really better to me than the hard body butter. And nobody has the melt away body butter. So, and she named it.
They don't have it like that. I have seen somebody, but that's the way I think it should be, because somebody I know has them, and they have them like they look like little soaps almost. And it was hard because as soon as you put it on you, it's just melting away, and you're like, no control, whatever. If that, you can pick how much you want, and then, you know what I'm saying, so there's more control. Because then the person had no way of like properly packaging it. And when, like you said, when the sun came out, then boom, it's gonna melt. You gotta be careful what
and so when it's hot, but then when you can take it,
you still have it in there.
It's still cutting back to the normal consistency. And you put it in your house and keep it cool. Put it in the freezer and cool. And like I said, if you keep it in the refrigerator and you put it in your hand, it's like this coolness on your hand, and you put it all over your body. It's really good. So that's what I'm saying. So when you think about your business, if you start worrying about the next person's business, then look at what you're achieving, what your goal is. Because like Joanne says, your mind is to go, that person stole my idea and they made it better than me. But again, nobody can make anything better than you. So they can make their stuff the best way they can for them. Because that's their vision. They took your idea and made it into their own. It'd be different if I took her idea and I did everything the same exact way. Same bouquet, same the way the flowers are, same the candles arranged in the flowers the same way. That's a whole different story and dynamic there. that's when you can go, wait a minute. You know, you really are stealing from me, and then you can sue the person. Mm-hmm. But when they get your idea and then they made it their own, that's the way they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And you can have 10 people do it and have it done 10 different ways, and you should not be jealous. It just depends on how the product is made. And you gotta then look at yourself. If you look at somebody else's stuff and go, they biting off of me, or they're doing this or they're doing that, then you need to look at yourself and say, then why I'm not holding myself to a higher standard? Why am I mad because their standards are higher than mine? Then hell yeah. Because sometimes we could go, oh, this is good and I like it just the way it is, and it melts and and I don't want to change the name, and this is what I want. Then you can't get mad if somebody else comes up with the idea and start using the idea because you didn't want to up your ante. Because there's no business out here that has not changed the game. They will change the labels. You can get Heinz ketchup, and the way they made it back in 1902 is not the way they make it now. And the labels are different just as well. So think about that. M&Ms are made differently. I mean, you can remember M&Ms back in the day. They even have, like, if you go to the M&M world, they'll show you what they look like from each year and decade. They change. So my thing is, why do we feel like we don't have to change if these big, giant corporations change?
That's true. That's true.
So, to go with that conversation, what is the number one important thing in a business? And it's not the number one, because I don't know which one is number one. But it's literally number one importance in a business. Something simple, something easy, something that you might not really think of, but when I say it, you'll go, oh.
Tenacity. Just tenacity, perseverance, just to never give up, keep going, no matter what.
Yes, and that is so true. Even when you down to a penny and you're about to be just broke, don't stop your business. Keep going, because that's probably when you're getting ready to elevate to the next level.
It's the Talk It Out Show.